Hello, ladies and nerdlisk of the StarCraft Nation. Zoya here, caster for Playhem TV, bringing you my cast for the IPL5 Caster Contest. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, Daybreak. As the blue Zerg, we have FXO's Leenock. And his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, as the red Protoss, we have Startails Parting. Both of these players, I want to say they are both in the top 10 of best players currently. Leenock's kind of, fallen off, getting eliminated from Contest very early, but that doesn't mean he's not still a boss. Casting him in the KSL and whatnot, I still see that he's a powerhouse. So these two are both very sick. Startail Parting, despite not ever winning anything, I mean, he hasn't really had any real results, except last season he got round of 8 GSL Contest, getting knocked out by DRG, who went on to win it. And currently he's actually in the round of 8 as well. Those games will be played sometime this week. So I'm excited for that, but despite not having any best results, he is considered one of the best players in the world right now. Currently contender for the best Protoss. If he can get to round of 4, I think a lot of people will be considering him the best Protoss in the world. This guy is just so good. His opponent, though, FXO Leenock, they're both still relatively new players. Leenock, though, has established his name just a little bit better. He went on to win MLG Providence, beating Naniwa 4-1. And then in Codes November, I believe it was, he went to the finals and lost to Jockshi, I believe, 4-2. So both players still relatively new. Parting is the newer one, of course. Hasn't won anything, but as we can tell from his games, he is just the super Gosu Storm Man, I guess is the best way to phrase that. I'm actually writing a article for my blog about Startail Parting's PvT, which will be out within a week. You guys can check it out at zoyastarcraft.tumblr.com. But Parting going for that Nexus first here. I mean, this guy goes Nexus first in every matchup. He does them in PvT, he does them in PvZ. Can't wait for the day that he starts doing it in PvP and figures out a way to hold off anything crazy. Because this guy, he has the best control. Like, it is a privilege to watch this guy play. He is so good. Forge going down for Startails Parting. Now, PvZ is kind of changed now, where it's just a standard 3 hatchery type style. This is a good map for it. The only flaw with this map is this third base is so far away that you really have to start your creep spread right away. If there's some gateway timing, you will lose that third base. A lot of Zerg players will try spreading their creep from their main base down to that third base, and you really can't afford to do that on this map. It's just too far. You really need to start your creep from your natural. You need to drop a creep tumor in your main as well to connect the two, but you can't just try and connect straight from here to the third. It just takes too long. So Parting's probe does scout the Lings are here. We'll be scouting that the hatchery is up, and he's going to swing straight down to that third base. He has nothing to scout in the main base right now. He knows the pole's up. He comes out to scout the hatchery, and he does see that. Now the Lings will be chasing these guys down. Lings going up to that third base, or that natural base. Parting sees the cannon is up, sees the cyber core timing. Has to know his timings. He goes, okay, he went Nexus first. Everything's just a little bit slower, just by a couple seconds. Lings are going to be trying to catch his probe here. Will Parting get it back home? It's going to be close. Oh, man. Oh, that's got 5. It's not going to make it. And it does fall. Oh, nice little grab there by FXO's Leenock. Parting going for that fast double gas. No gas at his natural just yet. Not really necessary in PvT. Going for the fast +1 as well. Chrono boosting that out. Just pretty standard. Now Leenock is spreading his creep from the natural, which is what you have to do on this map. You cannot afford to try and connect it from your main. And he is doing the main as well, which is what you need to do. You need a double tumor on this map. This map is just... It doesn't look too far away, but it really is. And the timing of a 7-gate or an 8-gate will hit before you can connect that creep, and you won't be able to get your queens down to defend. You won't be able to get your roaches over there in time because you won't have speed by that time. It's just you have to connect the creep, and I'm really glad that Leenock's doing that. It's very, very important to connect the creep there from the natural to the third. Sentry's on the way. +1 attack halfway done. Third gas wrapping up for Parting. Leenock is starting that Zergling speed. No Roach Warren just yet. Should be seeing that around the 7-minute mark. Ling's still controlling the Xel'Naga towers, very smart. Parting is patrolling the map with his Stalker, just getting some map vision, which is always what you want to do. If we look at that income tab, it is 34 to 31. Leenock just slightly ahead. Everything looking pretty solid. Let's look at Leenock's queen count. He's up to 3 queens. Now, I do prefer having that 4th extra queen just to have it as a macro queen, dropping injects constantly. In case you need a transfusion or two, it's there as well. 7-minute mark, that Roach Warren goes down immediately. Nice little timing there from FXO's Leenock. Income tab there, 37 to 35, getting that second gas at the main base. Still no third or fourth gas at the natural or the third base. And now look how fast this creep spread start is connected. It's the 7-minute 20 seconds mark, and he's already connected that from the natural, from the main base to the natural, which is what you need to do. If any form of fast gateway timing hits, it won't be or it will be easier to defend. Now the Ling does scout the pylon here. Parting needs to cancel this. Will the Lings be able to break it down before Warpin does? There comes 3 Lings, but will they fall back? They do. So these are 4+1 Zealots. So they're very hard to deal with just Speedlings. No Spine Caller over here, just 1 Queen. He is warping in more Speedlings. 5-7 Roaches on the way as well. Will it be enough for Startail Parting? Or will Leenock be able to clean this up? He's trying to catch these sentries, though. That is huge, intercepting these sentries. Oh, my God. Beautiful force fields from Startail Parting. Oh, man. Oh, my God. And more of them. Startail Parting. You, sir, are a god amongst men. This is just beautiful to see. Those force fields were perfect. And now he's got a very high sentry count. Parting always goes for a very sentry-focused opener with his gateway timings. The Roaches here, however, do have the Overlord's vision. They're able to beat on this pylon. Will it fall? It does. Catching two Roaches there. Will that third one get away? Parting throwing down more pylons. He still has 2 proxy pylons up and trying to engage. His nice little timing here from Parting. He is supply blocked until the pylon's finished, though, so he can't warp in more units. Going to wait for that. No Lair Tech, or Lair Tech has finished, but he hasn't started Roach Speed just yet. No upgrades. He needs to start getting +1 attack or +1 armor, whichever he prefers. +1 armor is on the way for Startail Parting. There's a Ling run by. Is there something warped in to stop this? Will Parting see it in time? It's going to be close, and the units do get in. Will they get into the main base? There is a little gap here. Looks like he's going for the probes instead, though. Nice little run by there by FXO's Leenock. Parting is going home to have to deal with this, and in the meanwhile, Leenock is going to clean up all of the proxy pylons, which possibly might supply block Leenock Parting again, which will be 2 supply blocks in a very short amount of time. Roach Speed has started for FXO's Leenock, as well as 9 drones in production. Lings are getting cleaned up very, very quickly here by these units. There are still 2 pylons, or 1 pylon and a probe in position here for Startail's Parting. Leenock supply 100 to 84. Income tab 48 to 42. Leenock playing this very smart. +1 range attack has started, as well as the Roach Speed. Robo Facility is here for Parting, but he is supply blocked again. Cannot get that Observer out. Pylon just not getting out. +1 attack. And Twilight Council going to be finished about the same time. And a third Nexus on the way for Startail's Parting. Now there are a bunch of Roaches here that are going to have speed soon. Don't know if he'll be able to apply pressure to this third base enough to be able to push back Parting. He lost no real units in that engagement. So he's in a very powerful position. He can defend that third base easily as long as he turtles up. He needs to be careful, though, not to be intercepted. Now, the thing I love about Parting's style is he will get 5+ observers every single game. I will not be surprised if he doesn't make an Immortal for a very long time. There's the first observer. He's got second observer coming up. Every single game that Parting plays, doesn't matter the matchup. A little bit less in PvP. If it gets to the late game, he'll do it. But he will have an insane amount of observers. It is just ridiculous. I love the fact that he knows the importance of map vision this much and knowing the movements of your opponent, especially on a map like Daybreak, where this is a very big map. Now, Roach Burrow speed on the way for Leenock. No Roach Burrow, though. Needs to start that +1 attack. About to wrap up. 7 drones on the way as well to Spire. Parting trying to engage into this Roach Ball. Nice force fields there. Catches a good amount of these units. Going to be able to kill them off, which is not what Parting or what Leenock wants. Leaving these Roaches are to just apply pressure and to, you know, force him to warp in more units. He's not really building any more back home, so it's not like he's committing to attack at this point. So he needs to be careful not to lose any more Roaches, or Parting's just going to do what he wants. Now that Observer scouts where the Roaches are. Will Parting be able to hold? It's 146 supply to 111. 22 Lings, 15 Roaches in production for Leenock. Spire just about to wrap up. I don't know where he placed it, though. At that third base. Okay, so there's the Spire. Nice force field again by Parting. He does have 1 Immortal out, doing a lot of damage to these Roaches. Look at the split from Parting. He split up his army just perfectly. This guy is so smart. Blink about to finish for Parting. Going to need that a lot against these Roaches. +2 attack on the way. No second forge at all. This is a lot of units. The observer sees that Parting needs to bring up his second army, and he's doing that, as you can see from the mini-map. Units transferring over. Now he's going back to third base, and look at how just these two observers are helping so much. This is just assisting him so much. Now here comes the engagement. Will he get the first field he needs? Nice force fields. Not killing a single Ling there, though. Having his units in position over here as well. He just put his sentry so perfectly. Will he get the force fields he needs? Nice force fields on those Lings. Those aren't getting away. They try to get behind and try and scout something. Going for that forge, but these guys will all fall. Leenock needs to be careful not to throw away too many Lings. 3 Mutalisk in production, as well as +1 attack for the Mutalisk. +2 attack about to finish for Parting. Not building anything else. Let's look at that income tab. See where he's at. He's at 58 probes. That's not a high amount, so interesting that he stopped right there for a moment. 3 more probes are queued up immediately, though. 1 more Immortal on the way. Catching Leenock a little off guard, picking up a couple Lings there. 18 more Lings in production, 4 Mutalisk on the way. Let's look at that units tab, guys. 1 Immortal, 4 Parting, 8 Sentries, 23 Stalkers, 5 Zealots, 51 Lings, 12 Mutalisk, and 19 Roaches for Parting. Or for Leenock, rather. Parting getting that Temple Archives, going to start building up some Archons, some High Templars. He loves using Storms in every single matchup. He is just so Gosu. Baneling Speed on the way for Leenock. Interesting decision there to go for the Baneling Speed. Don't really see that much anymore. Going to go for that third base, so +2 attack has finished for Parting. Okay, force fields there, not getting too many units. Income tab, guys, 76 to 65, or 75 to 66. Leenock still in the lead. Trying to engage with this forge. Will he be able to snipe it? He only has 1 forge, so this is going to be huge, delaying those upgrades. And he goes straight for the main base. There are Stalkers in the main base, blinking down. Great control from Startel's Parting. How much damage will be done by Leenock? He's got a lot of units trapped in here, so he's going to have to lose them all. Going for that Temple of Archives, that is huge as well. He's going to have to rebuild that. 6 High Templar do warp in, though, before it is canceled. Stalkers trying to catch those Mutalisks. Roach is doing a lot of damage. Mutalisk going for that third base. Will they be able to apply pressure, though? There is a cannon and a Stalker here. Roach is being cleaned up in the main base. Supply 158 to 175. Mutalisk doing a lot of damage to these probes. But look at that probe kill cap. 9 killed so far. More Mutalisk swooping in from a flank, trying to catch more probes there. Very good control from Leenock. Swinging back into third base, though. You have to be careful. There are a lot of Stalkers in this base. Supply 162 to 168. Let's look at that Harvester kill tab again. It is 12, so these units are forced to fall back. Nice aggression there from Leenock, but Parting handled that brilliantly. The Temple of Archives is finished. He is researching Storm again. And once that finishes, these High Templar he has will be able to do a lot of Storms. They've been baking energy for a while now, and he's just now restarting that Forge. Problem is, Leenock, this style requires him to upgrade so many different things at once that if Parting hits a 3-3, I mean, all of Leenock's things at best will be around 2-2. It's going to be very difficult to deal with. Trying to defend all places at once. No real spot to defend here. No cannons in the main base. He does see the Mutalisk. He hasn't blinked in just yet. Leenock not even shooting a single probe there. Interesting choice there. Could have done a little bit of harassment there and have not lost any units. Nice little ball of units here for Leenock. Parting having a nice clump of units as well. 185 to 200 supply. Leenock looking like he wants to pressure to third base while going into the main base with Mutalisk, but there is an observer there. Like I said, Parting loves his observers. Gonna swing back into the third base. A lot of units are here. Will the Storms be good? And the Storms are beautiful on those Lings, doing so much damage. Supply plummets for Parting. Mutalisk fly out of the main base, or for Leenock rather. Mutalisk fly out of the main base. Baneling's coming forward, catching all of these Archons. Will they go for them? They do not. Mutalisk are target firing them down instead, though. So losing those Archons is a huge loss for Parting, but I mean, those Storms killed so many Lings, so many Banelings. That's really the hole in this play from Leenock. Catching a lot of sentries off guard, though, killing off several of them. 27 Roaches on the way, 10 Lings for Leenock. He's taking this 5th base right here. Does have the 4th in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. Has Storms at each base. Observers everywhere, man. Excuse me. He has a total of 2 observers right now. I'd like to see him get more, man. This is not like the normal Parting I see. He usually has observers everywhere. Warp Prism on the way. Love this decision. He's going to try and do some harassment. He hasn't really been able to do any harassment the entire game. I mean, he's been back home, and the pressure he applied was held off easily. Good force fields. Catching a couple roaches there, delaying that push. He's a little bit down in supply. If we look at the upgrades, it's 2-1 for Parting, about to have 3-1. Roaches, Muta's trying to hit that third base, but the observers, they're just so good. Greater Spire on the way for Parting. He's got 5 Corruptors and +2 melee attack on the way. Another observer on the way, finally Parting. I love it when he does these moving observers. He just sees everything and nothing touches him. This third base, though, getting pretty low. Will it fall? If it falls, that will be huge. Oh, Parting! Oh my god, Leenock didn't kill the third base. That is a huge blunder from FXO Leenock, not getting that last volley off. Keeping this third... If he would have sniped this third base, the game would have been completely changed. Leenock, or Starpole Parting, does not have a fourth base, and he can't really afford to take a fourth at this point. He's so spread thin. This is a huge map against the style that Parting or Leenock's going. He can't really be too spread out. And like, oh man, the fact that he saved this third base, so huge. Mita's gonna try and come and snipe it, but there are already stalkers in position. Not worth going for that, and he's trying to take this a very offensive fourth base. Remember though, guys, this fourth base has only 1 gas, only 6 mineral packs opposed to the normal 2 gas and 8 minerals. Creep spread not looking super fantastic for Leenock, but he's been building extra queens. Leenock loves doing this style where he gets lots of queens, gets infestors, and gets broodlords, and just pushes across the map very slow-like. Uses transfusion. The problem with this build on this map is this map is so huge that if Parting abuses the warp prism, abuses stalkers with their blink and just their mobility, he can really exploit this. Now there is zealots over here, warps in from the pylon, getting cleaned up rather quickly. Warp prism, I believe. Oh, that was the warp prism. Okay, that was the warp prism. Not the best warp prism play. Would have liked to see that go into the main base instead while he was poking some pressure, but that was just cleaned up relatively easily. If we look at that Harvester kill tab, 24 killed by Leenock, 6 killed by Parting. If you look at the income tab, 76 to 61. Stargate on the way for Parting. He knows he's going to have to get a mothership. The Broodlords are just going to be too powerful. Parting loves using storms on Broodlords, and they do a decent amount of damage, as we might see right here. Look, there goes the storms on the Broodlords, and oh man, those guys are already in the orange, some of them in the yellow. Now the Queens here will be able to kill, but without the creep spread, and this is what I was talking about, Parting abusing the mobility of his stalkers versus this very slow style from Leenock. I mean, Infestor's getting some fungos off. Bailey's going to be able to connect with all those. That is huge. Trying to get away. Parting needs to get into that main base, do as much damage as possible. Picking off a couple drones here, forcing Leenock to use supply, use these banelings. More stalkers down here. If he kills this queen, that's going to be huge. Oh man, that's got so much energy. Leenock's been missing a lot of index. He's got observers everywhere now. Oh man. How many observers is he up to? He's up to 3. He's got 1 right there. He's got 1 in the middle of the map to scout that base. I mean, Parting. And he's also scouting the main base for Leenock. I love the multiple uses of observers. Not enough Protoss do this. They'll get 1 or 2 the entire game. Storms on those Broodlords again. They just take way too much damage. And he's so out of position right now. All he has is these Broodlords. His queens are nowhere near here. They cannot transfuse. He's very exposed. Good fungals on these stalkers, cleaning these up. Parting supply is starting to get pretty low, 146 to 195. If we look at that income tab, it's currently 72 to 65. Parting, or Leenock never got blinked, or a burrow. Oh man. Oh man. I love the High Templar play from Parting. We'll see him do some pretty fantastic stuff with this High Templar. The way he splits them up and defends bases. These Broodlords are so low, and flanking these, oh man, he killed off all the queens. These Broodlords are so exposed right now. There is a lot of them though, and with Parting having a very low supply count, he might not be able to engage into this. Losing 2 Immortals and Stalkers, he's making 1 Void Ray, a Mothership. He does still have a bunch of Stalkers here on the map, going to try and abuse the mobility here, but with 8 Infestors, right Roaches, 3 Infestors on the way, +3 melee attack, and +2 air attack from Parting. I don't know if he's going to be able to do too much damage here. Picking off an Infestor there, that's nice. Roaches do stream in. Now the third base is very exposed to these Broodlords. Supply 179 to 132. More Roaches streaming in here for Leenock. More Stalker attack at this 4th base, though. And this is what Party needs to do, even though he can't really combat this Broodlord for us. If he can go for a base race, he might be able to pull off something. There are just so many roaches and infestors here. The Broodlords are doing so much damage. Stalker's being intercepted by these roaches. Nice little play there by Leenock. Will he get a fungal off? Oh, nice blink. Missing the fungal. Very well played by StarTale Party. He still has a very high roach count with these high Templars mixed in. Will we see the feedback on the infestors? We do. And a storm on the roaches to soften them up. If you look at that income tab, it is 49-235. StarTale Parting. Losing a lot right now. Warping in more Stalkers. His natural base is very exposed. Has Leenock scouted this 4th base on the top of the map? He has not. There is a Void right here trying to combat with this army, but there are Corruptors here to fight them off. Stalker's going for what looks like it's going to be a base race. Does Parting have a probe on the map? He does not. If we look at that units tab, guys, 4 Observers, 24 Stalkers, 4 High Templar, and 1 Mothership for Parting. Oh man, that Mothership, that might change the battle here in Parting's favor. Now, Leenock has lost a lot of supply. His Broodlord count has fallen. Look at that income tab. It is 36-29. I'm starting to feel it for Parting, guys. He's up on the supply. He's got the Mothership. Moving across the map now. He's got a high Stalker count. He still has high Templar. He still has the Archon, the possibility to make these guys Archons after they use their Storms. And he's utilizing his Observers. Like you can see from the map, he's still moving them around. He's trying to keep an eye on where Leenock is. Leenock is moving his drones across the map, but he doesn't have an extra enough minerals to make a hatchery. So these are just here to build extractors to just try and stay alive. Stalkers coming up into the natural base, blinking in. Will they be able to do the damage they need to do? He has to kill off everything. Drones attacking pylons. Let's look at that upgrade count to see how in favor it is for Parting in case there is an engagement. 3 plus 3 attack plus 2 armor, no shield upgrades. For Leenock, we have 2 air attack, and doesn't look like any Carapace attack or any Carapace upgrade. Can't see those. He does have 2 roach attacks, a range attack, which is nice, but no melee attack. So Parting really one-sidedly winning this upgrade advantage. Supply 98-74. I love this decision right here to get the DT Shrine. That's going to be so important. Does Leenock have an Overseer? No, Leenock does not have an Overseer, so this Mothership is going to change everything. I don't know if Leenock can win this. This is just too difficult a situation. He does have the minerals for it still. No, actually, he spent all of his minerals, so he can't even build it. Overseer is 5,100, I believe. Yeah, okay, so 50-50. So he can build at least 1 Overseer, but that's it. Unfortunately, he spent all of his production. He spent all his money on extractors. Can't afford to build enough Overseers. If he could build like 3 to 4, he might have a chance, but with just 1 that he could build, and he hasn't built it yet, I don't know if he'll be able to. Now, there is still these gateways here. Parting is not being revealed, so Leenock has to know, oh, okay, he's got a base up here that I did not scout. There's 1 high Templar here, full energy. Parting still has a nice bank. He's extremely supply blocked, though, so he can't warp in anything. Cannons here as well. I don't know if Parting can... he left the gateways down here, too, so even if he does go for a race and kill all the buildings before he loses his units... Oh, man, these are all clumped up, too. So storms are good. Remember, we do have the Mothership. Good fungal or feedbacks on those infestors. He will lose that. But with the... Oh, man. Great vortex. This is it for Leenock. He cannot do anything. He does not have an Overseer here, guys. Parting loading up. He does have the storms ready to drop on his army and his opponents. This is game over, man. What an epic game. Here comes the units. Will Parting be able to clean it up? Leenock supply plummeting down to 75, blinking out of the storms. Well win from Leenock. Very well played from StarTale Parting. I mean, this is a fun build, and it's a good build from Leenock, but on this map, just the mobility of Blink Stalkers, just able to outmaneuver it and keep, forcing your opponent to want to do a trade. So, very well played there from both players. But Startel partying. I believe the replay file said Game 3. I don't know from what series. It was at IPL4, but I don't know what series. But Partying ended up winning this series. So congratulations to him. Thank you guys for watching. Even though this was for the IPL5 Caster Contest, this is still, you know, a cast for my YouTube channel. So I hope you guys like it. Leave any feedback you want in the comments below. So the IPL guys, hope you guys like my cast. And yeah. You guys can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/ZoyaStarcraft. Please watch me on PlayMTV. I cast every Monday through Thursday doing the Zoya Show, my own personal show where I teach nerds how to be a better gamer. Just like Day 9. It's actually the first time I've used that phrase, so I feel like I'm stealing from them. I just teach you nerdalisk how to not suck at StarCraft 2. We'll go with that. So, yep. See you guys on my show. See you guys on my channel. Hopefully see you guys casting for IPL5 qualifiers later.